this is the fourth tape. I can't get all of it up. And really, well, I'm going to put this one. This is MD, a license to kill 4. So I'm afraid to go back to my own doctor here. Afraid I'll have, really, this goes before. Everybody's living a good life here. Really, they are. So I'm just going to put up here without going into any more. Larry Flint, I wrote a book on mind control. I wrote about Warren Rosina Matthews, pathologist at Larry McDonald, where he worked at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. He was U.S. Congressman, and he was a urologist. And there were murders that happened there. I wrote about in a book from 75 till April Fool Day of 80 when they almost killed me. I should have died, and I mean, it was horrible what they did. It was a living hell. That I was illegally transported back to Huntsville, Alabama, where in mid-May of 80, I went to work for Fred Simpson, the DA, Madison County, Huntsville. And as a requirement, I passed a background check with what they had done to me. I mean, it's been ongoing. I had a letter from the FBI, U.S. Attorney Harper, June the 23rd, 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. And I never knew about being kidnapped till later in 83, and that's been put up here all over. But I wanted, this was sent to me, I was out at Flint's. He helped me with the, in the campaign to replace Congressman Dr. Larry McDonald, whose plane went down. It was en route from, it was August the 31st of 83, and this is years after they almost killed me in 80. And I'm skipping the hell, and it's like if any crime is going to be committed against me, it will be. So, about at Flint's, and he knew it was a mind control shooting. Person was programmed to shoot Mr. Flint. By the way, if it sounds ramble, I want to make this. You can. I was writing about programming people to shoot, kill. It's open season on what you can do with mind control. People don't even know they're getting it. If they did, where they're going to go? To a psychiatrist that tells them they're nuts and feeds them illegal. So you get my point. It makes me afraid to even put anything up on here. Anyway, Mr. Flint was shot, and so he. I was out there during the campaign, and the plane from Juneau, let me say it again, Alaska, went down August the 31st of 83. In Juneau, Alaska, Nixon was on board the plane. He was taken off, so they must have known it was going to crash. It's my understanding that Geraldo Rivera was on it, and he got off. Okay, supposedly then Larry McDonald, Congressman, doctor, who I had written about in the medical malpractice book, MD, a license to kill, and they almost killed me instead, so it never got published. He supposedly went down the plane. So now then, I mentioned this in, let's call it an update of the last days here, week, the last of November up till now. And this is all I'm going to put on here. And they're right, the media who are sitting, they got this on here, they're not going to tell you any truth. And yes, they do know the whole mess. Shooting in San Bernardino. Okay, here's what was happening. I put this up on like an update about Audie Murphy, Alexis Murphy, and some others. It can be mass mind control, like armies they can do now, or one or two. And somebody will say, well, why did they do them? Well, I've tried to tell you. They made it so ludicrous, and it's done in patterns. The Virginia Tech next door to me shootings, the psychiatrist from here in Benton, he was born here in Benton, Roanoke, the Fort Hood shooting, so I could go on. But Audie Murphy's I put on because the plane went down back in 71, and I end up out at Larry Flint's, Mr. Flint's, and that's in 83, never knowing I'm coming here, because I was put on the side of the road again. But he deliberately showed me the parody that was going to be published in Hustler. So I end up here, and I didn't see him. I never saw him again. I turned the car in when the year was up, and that was it. But the parody was about Jerry Falwell, Lynchburg Liberty University. Uh, and while I'm here living on the mountain trying to eat and starve, and everybody's so good here in Roanoke, and this country is such a great country, and giving, and that wasn't my experience whatsoever. You start telling about what this country's doing, and they'll take you out in a heartbeat. But anyway, the Larry Flynn ends up being sued by Falwell here in the Poff building, federal, which so much happened to me that's really ludicrous, the whole thing, that it's allowed to. I can't get an attorney. I'm going to tell you what happened to me, and you can make what you want to of it. You do anyway. I have been made to move because I have an immune disorder. I'm allergic to chemicals, and it makes my immune system attack itself. And over the years, it takes out your lungs, the inflammation it causes. And what happens, I have to move. It gets so bad, I have to move. And with what's going on, it doesn't do me any good. I'm going to get it hit at the next place if I get a place to live. My last place to live was put together before I ever got there. They put me to where you have to have a place to live, you think, or you can get arrested. So they've done what they wanted to me, just about. But it was Scott Hill Apartments in Clifton Forge. I come back here. I took pictures out there. At least I could get photographs. You can't take pictures of fumes and that kind of stuff, what they're doing, unless you got a lot of money to, then it wouldn't be happening to you. But I came back here. I'd stayed here before, and I hadn't had this problem. I was back here, took pictures of the black mold that was used out there, and tried to tell what happened to me out there that made me move and have to break a lease, which they can get what little bit of money now. I can't get an attorney to help me. So I made 76 years old, excuse me. But now I'm going to lose my train of thought and all this trying to tell it. But I came back here, and I'd stayed here, and I'm not going to put their name up right at the moment anyway. Maybe this wasn't the greatest place to stay, but I'd never been bitten all over. I had gone to buy some groceries 2 weeks ago, came back, knocked at the door, asked could they come in and spray, and I assumed it was the exterminator. I don't know. Came in with the owner. The owner didn't come in, just knocked. He just sprayed a little bit, left. That night, I'm rolling in the bed because things are crawling all over me, and they have sense because you have to either move or they'd have to come in and bomb this room, and he won't move me to another one, which I might end up getting the same stuff there. Now, then someone's going to say, well, hey, lady, do you think he put them there or somebody put them there? And this whole thing it's been so ludicrous, which I've put up here. Hell yeah, I think they put them in here. I'll go ahead and say it. It didn't just happen. Because here's what happened. I'm putting this up on video, and I'm about Murphy and the plane going down here at Catawba and it being used mental health, which mind control has nothing to do with mental health. And I'm trying to give the connection. Well, I'm just putting it up, updating it. So I'm putting on here about the photos I took before and after I left and went back to Scott Hill trying to have a place to live, and that stuff can take out your lungs, the black mold. Well, I end up coming back here, and now this has happened. So I'll let you think what you want to. Crawling in, I can hardly breathe at night and get up and take a bath and everything. And you have to get up and move. And, of course, I'm left penniless, so it looks like if I'm able to leave, I'm going to have to leave Roanoke. Where do I go? I can hardly walk, etc. But anyway, here's what I did, and I put up on video. I had to call the public health department, which I've done in the past in this whole bit about the chemicals. They won't do a thing. There's a gag order on it, and people are afraid of the mess, and it doesn't matter. They just wish I would die. I had called the social service